Very good morning to one and all. It gives me an immense pleasure to welcome foreign faculty Professor S.P. Gopal Madhubushi, Professor of Civil Engineering, Department of Engineering, University of Cambridge, United Kingdom, Professor Binod Kumar Kanojia, Director of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar National Institute of Technology, Deans of various sections, Planning and Development, student welfares, research consultancy, academics, faculty welfares, international affairs, and Professor Ajay Bansal, Registrar of the Institute, and Professor A.K. Agnihotri, Head of the Department as well as Course Coordinator, and Dr. K. Senthil, Coordinator of this course, and participants from various institutes as well as industries, fellow faculty members, and dear students. For the opening ceremony of GIAN course, dynamically loaded piles from failure mechanism to design, held from 18 August to 22 August 2025 through offline mode, organized by the Department of Civil Engineering, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar National Institute of Technology, Jalandhar. Now I request the dignitaries to come forward for the lighting of the lamp.
Hello, hello.
Hello, 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 hello. हाँ. heartfelt thanks to each of you for lighting the lamp. Hello. Hello. My heartfelt thanks to each of you for lighting the lamp and filling this occasion with light, warmth, and positive energy. I may request Professor Binod Kumar Kanojia, Director of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar National Institute of Technology, Jalandhar, and Professor E.K. Agnihotri, Head of the Department, to welcome our foreign Professor S.P. Gopal Madhubushi with flowers of bouquet, shawl, and a memento as a token of love.
Check, check, check. Thank you, sir. Thank you, one and all. Am I audible? I think it's better without mic. I can speak. Okay. Yeah. I think without mic, I'll speak. And first of all, very good morning. And I would like to thank Professor Agnihotri sir for giving me the opportunity and considering me in this program. Of course, by man-made, it's a partial, it's man-made, okay, but it's naturally occurs. For instance, I would like to say the earthquake, the landslide, the winds, storms, and somehow maybe the tsunami. Okay, let's say these four things. Maybe let's talk about earthquake. The earthquake is simply we can say it's a repeated loads. Okay, the repeated load cause the repeated stress to the foundation. It's a simple way. The repeated stress leads to the settlement as well as the damages, and finally also it's a failure. Okay, that's the reason actually we have to learn from the failure first, so that from the failure we can design the structure. Okay, and let's talk about the wind or storms. So wind, what will do? Wind will do like a highly, the lateral force as well as the uplift force. These two things actually significantly will generate to the foundation. So this creates either the settlement or the excessive stresses to the foundations. Let's talk about the tsunami. It is into the huge hydrodynamic forces that cause the significant bending moment and shear forces. Okay, so we have to take care when you design the things, when you design the foundations. And let's talk about the landslides. The landslides cause directly maybe the rolling and falling of the rocks that creates the impact loads or dynamic effect significantly to the structure. So that is the reason actually this course is focused. So we have to see the failures and then we have to go to the design. So briefly maybe I would like to give why this course actually intended. The understanding the nature and effects of these dynamic loads is crucial for designing the resilient foundations, okay, that can withstand such extreme events and especially ensuring the safety and serviceability of civil infrastructures. Therefore, the course focuses on understanding how piles respond, and maybe the piles or foundations or whatever it may be, when subjected to the rapid or cyclic forces, examining both failure mechanisms that may arise and the design approaches that ensures stability, safety, and serviceability. Also, to provide the participants with insights into the underlying physics of soil-wide interaction, methods to analyze the dynamic response, modern design strategies including liquefaction to mitigate the risk associated with the dynamic loading. As maybe I am talking more about the structural dynamics, so the professor here, he will talk about the soil dynamics, and maybe I'm more of oriented towards the structure to structure interactions, but the professor will be more familiar with the soil structure interactions. Okay, thank you with this brief. I request Vikran to take over.
Now I may request Professor A.K. Agnihotre, Head of the Department, to give a brief introduction about NIT Jalandhar and Foreign Faculty Professor S.P. Gopal Madhubushi.
Our young and dynamic team of teams at ISRA, dear colleagues, participants from different parts of the country, ladies and gentlemen, very good morning to all of you. Because this is first visit of, I think, any professor from University of Cambridge. So it's my duty to first give some brief introduction of institution has grown up. In 1987, it was established. Then first batch was entered in 1989. And civil engineering started in 1990. First batch entered in 1990. Then in 2002, we got the status of National Institute of Technology. Earlier it was Regional Engineering College. In 2002, we got the status of NIT, National Institute of Technology. In 2004, MTech by Research program was started. Then in 2006, regular MTech programs in 8 engineering disciplines and the PhD programs in all the disciplines were started. At present, 22 two-year MTech programs in engineering streams, MSc, Physics, Chemistry, Mathematics, MBA in Humanities and Management departments, 4 years integrated BSc B.Ed program under ITEP, and at present, 14 B.Tech programs in different engineering streams, and also we are giving minor degrees in 13 departments. PhD full-time and part-time programs are also offered in all the departments. We see the ranking of NIR ranking 58 and total ranking of institutions on innovation achievements, that is in the range of 11 to 50. Outlook All India ranking 20th, today All India ranking 22nd. World University ranking, we see US ranking, here in we see engineering, here ranked in band of 401 to 500. Institute campus is widespread over an area of 154 acres. It has many topographical features, various buildings of different nature with green and white roads surrounded by green belt. You must have taken round of the institution. At the center we have academic area, on one side boys hostels, on the other side residences and girls hostels. We have separate buildings for all the departments, modern AC classrooms with multimedia facilities, shopping complex, dispensary, post office, banks, stadiums, 10 hostels for boys, 4 girls hostels, internet connectivity in all the hostels, playgrounds and gym etc. for students, library facility, seating capacity 400 students new we have created where students can sit and study. We have named it Knowledge Center, recently constructed. New infrastructure facilities for students have been created like basketball ground with floodlights so that they can play after their classes are off. After 6 p.m. they can play daily. And upcoming infrastructure, mega hostel for boys, new hostel is coming. And G+8 story building with 27 lecture theatres, capacity 120 each, fully air conditioned. This facility is ready, and only furniture etc. that work is pending. So within few days, within 1 month only, all these 27 lecture theatres, they will be in working order, they will be operational. 14 are already there. Currently, we are 241 faculty members here, 43 professors, 58 associate professors, 140 assistant professors, 94 new faculty positions have been sanctioned, taking the total sanctions strength to 382. Recently, in our last board meeting, about 50 more faculty members have been added. They will join within 1 month. Various departments we biotechnology, chemical, civil engineering, computer science and engineering, data science and engineering, electrical engineering. These are different departments and their intake. Total 1103 students intake at BTech level. Curriculum restructured to integrate 21st century skills, mathematical thinking and build the scientific network towards a more holistic and multidisciplinary education, technology-enabled learning. Major academic initiatives under NIT restructuring of undergraduate program as per National Education Policy, new education policy, which was introduced in 2020, we introduced in 2023. We have Master of Business Administration MBA also. We have signed MOU with ISB Hyderabad for joint programs, integrated programs, integrated BTech MBA joint degree with IIM Amritsar also. 4 years integrated teacher education program. Center of Excellence under PMJAY, NIT is under process of setting up centers of excellence. EPC publications. Web of Science publications. R&D projects. In 2024-25, total number of 88 sponsored projects institute has received, and total number of funding agencies 24, and total amount sanctioned is 55.22 crores in last year only. These are some initiatives which have been taken for our students to help them. Now, in-house ERP system has been, why I am showing this? Because other institutions, if we see, they have spent crores of rupees in developing this ERP system. They have paid 2, 3, 4, 5 crores to the different agencies for ERP system. Here, under the able guidance of our director, he is basically, sir, he is professor in School of Computational and Integrated Sciences at Jalandhar University. So that is visible from his vision. He has developed all ERP system in-house without spending any money. Of course, with the team of these very vibrant and very young teams at our registrar. They are very supportive to him. They are helping in all respects. Under his able guidance, we are able to achieve so many other milestones. And this ERP system, this is very important because earlier what we were doing, we were collecting the data in hard copies, files were created at the actual time of showing to somebody, it was not available. Now everything is available at one click. All question papers, they are available on ERP. Their solutions are available on ERP. Even assignments are available on ERP. Starting from students' admission till their degrees given, and even after that, if they need any certificate, whatever they need, every request they can make to ERP. So everything is now on ERP, online system. And why I am showing this mainly is that everything has been created in-house. No money has been spent. Only under admission portal, tabulation of academic portals, all students' feedback that is available online, and students' feedback on outcome of each course that is also available online. Online no news portal, otherwise students were wandering here and there just for getting no news. Now everything is online. Equipment, whatever equipment is available in any of the department. Now equipment booking portal has been created and list has been shared with everybody, so people can book and use the equipment turn by turn whenever they get the chance. Sir, this is our placement scenario, last year's placement. We have incubation and entrepreneurship, TBI, Technology Business Incubator, Space Technology Incubation Center. So this is some brief introduction of our institution. Now, I have also been asked to give some brief introduction of our esteemed speaker for this course. He needs no introduction. If I say he is professor at University of Cambridge, I think that information is sufficient. That US ranking of, if we see US reward, US ranking of University of Cambridge, last 3-4 years it is 3, 4, 5 like this. So from such a prestigious institution, he has come, he is professor, full professor there. I think this much is sufficient. But still, as a protocol, I will read out some brief. Professor Gopal Madhabushi, FR Engineering. He is fellow of Royal Academy of Engineering, UK. Again, I must say that this FR Engineering is sufficient for his stature. FICE, Professor of Civil Engineering at University of Cambridge, UK, and the Director of Stockfield Center. He is Professional Fellow of Day1 College, Cambridge. He is the Head of Geotechnical and Geoenvironmental Group of the Department of Engineering at Cambridge. He has over 35 years of experience in area of soil dynamics and earthquake engineering. His expertise extends from dynamic scientific modeling to the time domain finite element analysis of earthquake engineering problems. He has an active interest in areas of soil liquefaction, soil structure interaction and liquefaction resistant measures and their performances. He has an active interest in the biomechanics of HIV replacement surgeries, hip replacement surgeries. He has acted as an expert consultant to the industry on many geotechnical and earthquake engineering problems. For example, Mont McDonald, Royal Haskoning and Rambol Italy, Offshore Wind Logistics Limited, UK, Adani Green Energy Limited, India, etc. He has an active interest in post-earthquake reconnaissance work and has led engineering teams from UK to 921, GIAN earthquake of 1999 in Taiwan, the Bhuj earthquake of 2001 in India, and many other missions. He has served as the chairman of earthquake engineering field investigation team that runs under the auspices of Institute of Structural Engineers, London. He has awarded the TK SE Award in 2005, 2010 and 2013 by the Institution of Civil Engineers, UK. The BJ Medal in 2010 given by British Geotechnical Association, the Shamsher Prakash Research Award in 2006, Medical Innovation Award in 2007, the IJS Civil Pioneer Award 2008, Bill Curtin Medal in October 2009 by the Institution of Civil Engineers, UK, IJS Dr. Shamsher Prakash Award in 2017 for his contributions in the area of soil dynamics, tsunamis and earthquake engineering. He has 215 plus journal publications and 320 plus papers in international conferences and workshops. To date, he has authored a very successful book on the design of pile foundations in liquefiable soils, Imperial College Press, and geotechnical chapters in the book on designing to Euro Code 8 tailors and trances. His new book on centrifugal modeling for civil engineers has been published by Spawn Press or the Taylor and Francis Publishing Group. This is brief biography. I am very thankful to you, sir, that you have very kindly agreed to deliver lectures in offline mode and visited our institution. From last 2 years, from 2023, I was trying. Ultimately, in 25, I got this success, and he is here. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir, for your brief introduction. Now I may request Professor S.P. Gopal-Madhubushi to say a few words on this.
It's okay. I think, I don't know this side, my voice is being everybody can hear me?
Yes.
Good. I'm overwhelmed this morning. It's been a real pleasure. I also had the time over the weekend to spend some time walking around the institute. It's beautiful. We're really lucky to be here with participants and students here, participants of this course, as well as the students and faculty. You very rarely get to go to a place and get a feel for the place so quickly. Everybody here is so welcoming, and so far it's been a total pleasure for me. Professor Agnihotri has just mentioned that he's been asking me for a few years. It's not for lack of trying, or I'm not playing. I wasn't playing hard to get at all. It's just that the timing worked out. But I remember I must have met Professor Agnihotri maybe more than 10 times at different conferences, various other occasions. He would always come and stand to, my left eye is not very good, so he would always come and stand behind my right shoulder and wouldn't say anything. And I was like, Professor, you promised you are going to come to NIT Jalandhar. Yes, I will come. And he persuaded me, applied the paperwork for the GIAN course, and I just had to provide the most basic information, and he sorted it all, and here I am. It's a real pleasure. I don't want to say too much, but talking to your director and other deans and so on this morning, I get the feeling that this NIT Jalandhar will be going places, because to run an institute like this, in my opinion, you need a dynamic leader followed by supportive academic collaborators. And I think we've got all the right ingredients. We've got great infrastructure, great team, and all that we need is top-notch students who are interested to learn. And learning is the most important thing you need to focus on. And hopefully in the next 5 days or so, you'll be sick of seeing me be talking too much. But one thing I'd like to focus or start by saying is that it's not about equations, it's not about theory, it's about understanding. Once you've got the understanding, everything else will fall into place. And that's why we title the course as From Failure Mechanisms to Design. Because if you understand how something can fail, we as good engineers should be able to design things to resist that failure mode. And therefore we'll make resilient infrastructure. That would be the theme. But for that, the key component is to understanding the failure mechanisms. And for unusual loadings like earthquakes and tsunamis, like Professor Santhal was saying earlier, you really need to know where this load is coming from and what effect it will have on a given infrastructure. is that there is a draft schedule that was prepared. We will try and cover all the bits that we said we will cover in that, but also provide some additional lectures. I think we've got sufficient time to be a bit more flexible. But I'd like to kind of take you through some of the processes of the research that we undertake that leads to the conclusion and the results we get at the end. Without knowing the methodology, it becomes difficult. It's not as attractive. If I say, here are the results from an experiment that was done before, it's like watching a cooking show and they'll say, here is the recipe. By the way, if you follow what my instructions, here is the nice looking jalebi that came out. You need to actually see the person go around, how the frying goes on and the rest of it, and see how the jalebi is made. For eating, the final product is okay, but to making again, you need to know the process, right? So we'll follow that particular strategy and we'll go through the course in that. So be flexible, relax for the next 5 days, and I'll entertain you, so Agnihotri will entertain you, and come with an open mind, and the rest we will take care of. Okay? And again, I'd like to thank for this fantastic welcoming function you guys organized. It's been a real pleasure to meet you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for your insightful thoughts and views. Now I request Professor Day1 sir to register on this person to say the notes on this.
A very good morning to all of you. Honorable Director Sir, Professor S.P. Gopal Madhushi, Professor from University of Cambridge, UK, my fellow colleagues and dear participants. GIAN programs are not the ordinary programs, they are meant and in fact they have been conducted from a different perspective. There have been so many faculty development programs, short-term courses, and courses of other nature, but GIAN program is having a different kind of structure. If you look at the schedule, probably, I hope that you must have got that. Lecture schedule is not too hectic or too easy. Only a few lectures, maybe 2 to 3 lectures per day will be there as far as my understanding goes. But that doesn't mean that the rest of the time you cannot utilize for this purpose. In fact, respected professor will be there all the time, and it is expected that you will interact on the specific issues which cannot be taken up in the class as such, and you will approach and clear your queries if you have any. I am basically a professor in chemical engineering, looking after by chance the charge of registrar, but I have special affection to civil engineering. I recall a previous program that was conducted there in the civil engineering department. Professor Anil was the coordinator. That time he was officiating director also, so I got the chance to conduct it physically. The program was on landfills, so that happened to be my area of interest as well. And Professor Krishna Reddy from University of Illinois, Chicago, he came here. I would like to go to the words initiative on academic networking globally. So that course was truly conducted with the perspective to have a networking. We were so glad, we were so happy to have Professor Reddy, and he actually initiated at that very program a concept of EGRWSE. I hope you know that is a well brand name in your domain or in your branch. And it's an international conference, and probably 5 to 7 its versions have taken place. 2 of them had happened at NIT Jalandhar, and rest all at different places like Turkey, Spain, and the next version, as I know, is at NIT Surat. So that is what is called networking. You had the networking, and Professor Reddy had been guiding us on various occasions at various times. So that kind of expectation is also there from this course as well, that we have the networking. Because in 5 days, what I understand is that we can just initiate the idea of a particular topic, but go into the depth will actually will depend upon the interest of the individual, how far you want to go into the depth of the subject. But just possible that preparation has been done right now, but the true thoughts or queries or some other things come in your mind later on when you are deliberating on the issue, but whom to talk to at that time, because the course will end in 5 days. That then if you have the networking, if you have the grouping, I would say you have the grouping with networking with professor from NITs and grouping among us yourself as well, so that whenever a similar issue which needs some kind of discussion or deliberation comes into your mind, you have somebody to talk to. So that is what I feel that this course is meant for. I am not a subject matter expert, but what I can see from the title is very, very relevant from today's perspective when we see that so many landslides and other things are happening, that how to have a strong rigid structures. What I can say is, even in our what you say is the 3 essential things normally called as roti, kapda or makan. I would say makan as an infrastructure, not only makan, but so many other things involved into that. The infrastructure is very, very important part for any individual and for the growth of the country as well. Sir was only talking a few minutes earlier that suppose if a bridge gets collapsed, how much havoc or how much disaster it can cause actually. So we cannot actually afford to have that kind of unforeseen collapses at any time. After a particular life of the bridge, it has to be dismantled, it's okay. But it has been constructed today and going collapsing in say a couple of years or after say 5 years, it's not in the interest of anybody. So I think this course will talk about that. I'm not expert, I am saying. I wish all the very best to the participants. I wish that the stay of Professor Madhushi will be a pleasant at NIT Jalandhar, and we will have long associations beyond the course conclusion, and look forward that something concrete comes out from this course as well. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir, for your insightful thoughts and views. Now I will request Professor Director to say a few words at this opening ceremony of the GIAN course.
So good morning one and all. So I think that Professor Murthy and Professor Ajay Bansal and our expert, they have already discussed a lot of things. So but only we have seen that in GIAN course. No? So the topic is taking that failure of mechanism of a design. This means that you should start your thinking where is a problem. Where is a problem? What solution you will provide. So as a director of a NIT Jalandhar, I think that the role of a director is only the facilitate of a student and faculty, or solve the problem, nothing else. That is my observation. So similarly, the faculty of a civil engineering department, they have taken the topic of a failure of a mechanism of a design. I think that you should focus that what calamity is there across the world. So how we can solve the problem? In that time we see that different countries facing a different calamity of regarding of a building collapse and earthquake. So how the problem will be solved? I think that is take a challenge or as an academician. So Professor Murthy discussed that a collapse of a bridge and collapse of a building means that nobody is taking as a design part of a take a responsibility. This is my responsibility. The building is collapse and bridge is collapse. I think that in an honest way we should take our pillar of a responsibility. Then we can learn, start. So even that if you solve any problem for a society, that's really a very wonderful. Means that as an academician we should try to solve some of the problem. Regarding of a institute, we have seen that in a lot of things they have discussed that we discussed that because some of the participants have gone outside of that NIT Jalandhar. So I think that you should learn that where there is a difference. Professor S.P. Gopal Madhushi is from Cambridge University. So what exactly, either from this institute or some of the other institute, what exactly the difference is there? So either a teaching difference or critical thinking difference, and Professor Madhusi has already discussed that we should not learn of that equation. We should not learn of the theory. What critical thinking is there? Suppose the current situation is different, and after 1 year situation is different, you should think and try to solve it. That is critical thinking. So you should think that how the teacher is teaching, how we have grasped that is a knowledge, means that how you are thinking in critical to solve the problem or technical design of a problem. So I think that you should learn within 4 or 5 days. So what exactly difference between our teacher and topmost university teacher? So I think that there is a very good interaction if you see that what exactly difference in teaching, critical thinking, how the university comes in that number. We are discussing of in global ranking in 3-4. I think that credential can be achieved by the some of the faculty member and by the students. That is a university is important. So I think that this course in GIAN course, you have seen that in the government of India Ministry of Education they have initiated. Dr. Kansal has already discussed that in networking. I think that networking is a one part. Our students they can see that what exactly difference in our institution, what the difference between our global institutions. At the time of a discussion, at the time of whatever you have learned, so you can see the difference. So that's why I think that in a GIAN course, this is a 9th or 10th GIAN course in NIT Jalandhar for this year. So I think that our student and faculty they can also learn that how we can teach, how we can insight of our students, they can think beyond of only the classroom. So I think that we should learn from an expert. So you should create of such environment in a 5 day. You should take even that time at the time of a morning interaction with the Professor Gopal. We have discussed that after 4 or 5 days we want to meet you what exactly is the difference in education in your institution and our institution, how we can come up with a good problem. So I think that good interaction and you should enjoy of a 5 day, and Professor Gopal has already discussed that you should relax in a 5 day, not a day tension. So I think that you can more think critically when you are relaxing. So my observation, because that is not my field, so I think that we should not waste our time. Even that at the time of a discussion, we have some of that legacy to start up any program. So even that we should skip over this program, whatever each need is there, only we will take only that movement. Otherwise, we should give more time to discussion of technical things. That is our observation, that more focus on technical and less spend of time on physical. So I think that you should enjoy of a 5 day, and you should discuss Professor Gopal. I think that our student as well as the faculty member, those who are participant from outside of a NITJ, either inside of a NITJ, they should insight how you can reach of a in a good university, how you can go in that. That's it. I think that you should introspect yourself and how you can grow in a contribute for a society. I think you should enjoy your 5 day in NIT Jalandhar. I think that our team is here for a boarding and all. Thank you all the best.
Thank you, sir, for your insightful presence. Now I introduce Dr. K. Senthil for
Thank you once again for anchoring the conversation. I express my deep thanks to Professor Director, NIT Jalandhar. Without his permission and constant encouragement, this course will be possible. I would like to thank Professor Gopal for his consent as was agreed for offline course. And I further express my deep thanks to the participants from various industries, especially industries like ONGC, Day1, MES, SPS Civil Infra Private Limited, and some more industries as well. Maybe they were not present here. And there are many institutes, especially like to thank or highlight IIT Bombay, the participants from IIT Bombay, IIT Roorkee, SKN Surat, CBRI Roorkee, JNT Hyderabad, JNT University Hyderabad, JNTC Ludhiana, Amritaini College of Engineering, Maharashtra, and Pek Chandigarh, Ekebab Institute of Engineering Education and Research, Maharashtra, Khalsa College, Engineering Technology, Ambedkar, DAM University, and NIT College, Jalandhar. And I would like to extend my heartfelt thanks to GIAN coordinator, NIT Hyderabad, as well as the local coordinator for and their team for their constant support in organizing this course. And my sincere thanks and appreciation goes to the bigger Ria colleague and also Pavan as well as the Sonu Kumar for their support and organizing this, of these arrangements. And those dedicated efforts made arrangements of this course possible. I am also grateful to the fellow faculty members and colleagues for active participation, which added great value to this program. Finally, I would like to acknowledge the state office for their constant support and getting all the privileges and the last 4 or 5 days valuable assistance. Now I request you all for the nation of the